I'm hearing a growling sound. Welcome to Let's Play the Bridge. I'm Matt.
I'm
Is that
also
you
Matt.
growling?
No, it's
Is that
not.
you growling?
Though actually,
Oh.
when it first came on, I'm like, wait, did you just like start snorting? No, that sound effect may be too realistic for its own good.
I'm gonna mash these two buttons and make a tree shake. I'm playing in big picture mode on Steam, so I've got an Xbox controller here.
All right.
Only everything. Okay. Well, this is Bridge. The Bridge, and I don't know anything about it. I just downloaded it for the first time 5 minutes ago.
Well, that's not true because you're the one who was first excited about this game and suggested it for the LB.
I guess that's true. I saw the Steam preview. Wow, I can't walk up this hill. Oh, but I can if I hold down right trigger. Yeah, I saw the artwork in the Steam store and it looked cool.
Yeah.
But that's the extent.
So
My home.
I'm not gonna.
I am still.
I'm not gonna
I'm
say too
impressed
much
by
yet.
the artwork. So you've played it.
Yes. Well, I've played through the main campaign.
All right. Well, let's go inside this door. It's fun. It reminds me of an Escher painting.
Yes, that is extremely deliberate. I would even go so far as to say they were specifically trying to capture exactly and particularly Escher's aesthetic.
The loft. And that loading room we were just in was reminiscent of Braid.
True.
The loft. Oh, this is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Can I fall to my death?
Only if you fall off the bottom of a screen at any point.
Okay. It did say something there. I probably should have paid attention. Start for the menu. Okay. No. Well, I made it to this door. Hey!
You found how to open a door.
I rocked that tutorial.
Okay. Here's what I'll say about the bridge. I like it. I think you're going to like it.
Neato.
Yeah.
Those were some very deep thoughts.
Yeah,
that you've
no,
shared
I know,
with
I
us
know,
so
I
far.
know. Give me a second. I'm trying to think of how to describe it, but that, you know. Okay. So, you know how with Cube, it did a thing where after a certain point it just kind of kept introducing new mechanics that it would play with for a bit, and it started to become sort of a game about novelty rather than just using the tools you've already learned.
Yeah. Oh. I just had a theory, which was that I should bring that ball to my face, and I wanted to test that theory.
Okay.
Turns out that's not a good idea. Oh, check this out. Okay, so we're definitely getting some Braid in here.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. It works. It's appropriate for this game. As a, you know, making it not too penalizing to mess up.
Oh, I can't even touch that ball, even if I had very low momentum.
It's a menace, all right.
Sorry. Can I go through a door sideways?
No, you have to be in the same orientation as the ball. As the door.
Go, quickly, quickly! Oh, I didn't actually think that
Yeah,
would work.
there are almost no puzzles in this game, to the best of my memory, that rely on timing to that extent. There are a few later that are a little finicky, but mostly not. Mostly it's just slow, methodical. I wish there were more...
Oh! Oh.
I wish there were more music tracks, to be honest. Okay, I feel like I should like the bridge more than I do. I can't... the puzzle design is generally good, and I can't point to anything in particular that rubs me the wrong way about it. But I'll continue with the thing I was talking about earlier. You know how Cube kept introducing lots of new elements, and not, to some people's taste, really developing any of them, most of them as, to the extent that they wanted? This has the opposite problem. I was really bored with the mechanics of the puzzles, and towards the end, it felt a lot as though I was not being challenged to think in new ways, but just to iterate, okay, here are the tools I have, how do I use them to solve this particular combination of keys and balls and stuff.
Right. So far, my gut reaction, and maybe I'll be grateful for this later, but for now, is that the rotation of the world is awfully slow.
No, it is. It is. Yeah, it keeps you fairly contained, and you get a sense fairly quickly for what slopes you can climb up and what you can't.
This image reminds me a little bit of Dali and a little bit of Hitchcock's Vertigo. I wonder if we're going to see either of those referenced. Seems like they could be appropriate.
This is a cool level.
How long did it take you to complete the game, by the way? Is it a very meaty game?
I'm going to look that up. Because I did basically no fooling around in the game after I finished it, so I'm just going to look at my Steam completion time.
Oh, that's neat. I see what's going on there.
Yep.
So there's a little bit of, 2D three-dimensionality, if that makes any sense. But you know what I'm saying.
Yep. 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
But...
Well, that's the time to beat.
Yes, but as I said, once you finish the main game, it invites you to play through everything again, except for every puzzle has been made substantially more difficult. So it's basically a new game plus in a lot of ways.
That's
nice catch. And the problem is, I found those new puzzles basically impossible. I could not make it past the, Okay, so you know the one where you were first introduced to the rolling balls that kill you, the menaces?
Yeah.
What am I trying to say exactly? In New Game Plus, it's exactly the same, but they add a second ball.
Oh.
And I just couldn't do it. I spent, in fact, probably a chunk of that 2 hour time, because it doesn't track minutes, but I spent probably 15 minutes fooling around with that level, and I just could not make any headway.
Go! Oh.
Yeah, it's never possible to outrace a ball. If you think you have to, you're doing it wrong.
Oops, turned that the wrong way.
This is particularly interesting because in the main game, I don't think there may be 2 puzzles the entire time that I actually got stuck on and had to put it down and come back later. But yeah, the difficulty spike for the post-game puzzles was just too much for me.
So the previous levels had been a bit more abstracted than this one. This one looks like, a deliberate desk.
It does.
Oh, wow. You're right. The heat does not move quickly.
Yep, and you can't rotate fast enough. It always comes down to you have to put the ball or put, whatever the current obstacle is where you want it. And yeah, do remember that you can move yourself. I do like, however, there you go, the after images of your deaths.
Ooh.
I think that would have worked if you had rotated continuously.
More continuously. Ugh.
Or if maybe you had started yourself. I don't know. That seems like a reasonable solution to me.
Oh, that's really interesting. The eraser smudges. I like that. That's cool. I see what you're talking about now. Everywhere I die, there's like a little...
Yeah.
But it looks like, you know, this is a piece of art and the artist used his eraser poorly.
Uh-huh. Hang on. So try walking left while turning right.
Huh.
So
okay.
Rotate the way you were trying to, but resist it for as long as you can.
Still not able to. I'm gonna have to come up with a new idea. Wonder if this'll work. I don't know what this is, but maybe it'll work. No. Alright, well here I am, right back where I started. Alright, and I've died several times. That's actually really useful information. I can tell where the pain points are. I like that.
Uh-huh.
Alright, I'm gonna...
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are well designed about this game.
No, that wasn't it either.
One of my single biggest quibbles we will not come to until much later. It's one of the gimmicks for one of the later worlds that is very poorly taught.
I do wish I could jump. I find myself frequently wishing I could jump.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously part of the puzzle design, but still.
Yep.
Wonder if it would be useful to get myself on that middle piece.
I don't think particularly, because what can you do from here that you couldn't do from somewhere else? I think what you may want to do is try and get the ball into the nook where you started.
Oh, that's a clever idea.
Like, I don't even, not even worrying yet about where you have to end up to make that happen. Just, can you get the ball there?
I think I just did.
Alright, now...
Yeah, this part should be easy.
Yeah, okay, cool. Perfect. And for what it's worth, I actually was resolving that along with you. I do not specifically remember the solutions to any of these.
I finally found someone who shares my passion for esoteric mathematics.
Yeah.
We've agreed to begin work on some of my ideas. You're not impressed with the story?
I am not impressed with the story.
Well, I've completed the first room.
Mm-hmm.
Where every wall is a floor. Oh, so now I can do this, and I couldn't before. Alright. Wonder if we're going to get a new mechanic introduced in World 2. Also, I would be a bit disappointed if there were only the 3 worlds.
There are more than the 3 worlds.
Who am I with in this photograph? Is that a composer, perhaps?
I actually can't see over the stream, unfortunately.
Alright, well, we've got another 6 levels at our disposal.
Yep. One thing that this game does well is the way it handles achievements. Its achievements are not like find the thing, though I gather there are some things to find for like one of them, but mostly it's sort of challenge runs. Solve this puzzle without walking, or solve this puzzle without rotating, or, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh. Key in the vortex equals bad? Yes. Alright, well, I better put myself in the vortex to get the key. But now I'm in a vortex.
You are in a vortex.
Did I win the game? Is this how you win the game? Alright. Oh, there probably is a quick restart on the...
I don't actually know whether there is or not.
Reset puzzle. Boom.
Oh, yes, so there is. Perfect.
Well, just jump over the pit, man. It's like every platforming game ever has already solved this problem. Alright.
Oh, I see how to do it. Okay.
That's kind of interesting, though. I noticed that the world seems to rotate faster when I am on a ramp. Have you ever noticed this? See me on this ramp? Quickly rotates.
Yeah, that's true, and I don't know why that is.
Oh, I guess I see what I should do here is trap him? No, I went too far, but that's the idea.
Yep. Basically, you only need to find the tipping point where things start sliding. And you can walk against sliding.
Yeah, that's useful. Okay, that's good. I learned a lot on that little stage right there.
Yeah. Most of the time, they do a pretty good job of teaching you the new mechanics. It's just that they tend to, in my opinion, overuse mechanics without introducing new ways of handling them. Like, the vortex is not a particularly robust mechanic to me. Like, they don't do very much with it.
Ooh, that worked. Now I gotta get back. It's not particularly interesting either. No offense to the game.
Yeah. I think this is actually a less interesting puzzle than the first one.
And there I plummeted eternally.
So yes, you can fall to your death if you fall off the level.
You know, the other thing I'm going to check is, oh, I can do that. I can get sucked into this and then spit out. That's good to know.
In this one case, because the vortex periodically disappears. Most vortices do not automatically on their own vanish periodically.
No! Oh, it's close. I'll tilt it a little bit more. Maybe this will. No. I might not be able to get out of this after all. Nailed it.
Good for you.
So is my character supposed to look like an artist? Is it supposed to look like Escher? Mathematician.
But I don't know specifically the lion. What the hell?
Oh, there is a lion there.
Okay.
And this makes a vortex disappear. But the vortex was containing that menace.
It was.
Oh, so I need the menace to be over here. And I can't depress this button by throwing my body against it.
Nope. It's operated specifically by gravity. No other force.
Alright, so here's an idea. Get trapped in the vortex on purpose, and then let this bad boy... It looks like there's something in Latin written on that fragment of a stone. It says R-I-P-O-S-I, and then the next word is I-N something. I don't know how your Latin is.
Not good enough.
The pillars.
I like the little title card images.
Yeah, the whole thing really feels like an art piece. Not in the sense that like a well-designed indie game is an art form because games can be art. I mean like in a much more literal sense, like this could be a painting with slight amounts of interaction added to it, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, art piece is a good way of thinking about this game in general, I would say.
This is a... Alright, we're starting to get into a little bit of the mindfuck here.
This good. I like these puzzles where it's all self-contained, basically. You know what I mean? Like, there's not the falling off, you're not worried about... I don't know. I like that it's circular and that it's all just here. You can't die, you can just turn around in circles. And it's cool that literally all you can do is go around in circles.
So because there's a vortex there, I'm assuming that I need to trap the key in the vortex and then at some opportune moment press the button.
Well, that's the thing. There's only one moment at which you can press the button. There's only one orientation that allows the button to be pressed.
Yeah,
So the question
need
is,
to-
what does that do to alter the relationship between you and the key from what it was?
Yeah. So what I'm looking at here is this pole that I'm standing on is in the foreground here.
Foreground and
it's in the-
background do not matter.
And then it's in the background. And then it's in the foreground again. And then when I actually touch the ground here, even though visually I haven't gotten any indication that it would be in the background, yeah, it becomes in the background. Why is it that I can walk past this at a certain point, but at another point, like when it's right here, oh no, I can always walk past it? Why is that?
Well, because it's whether it connects or not.
Oh. But here it connects visually.
And can you get back on it?
Let's have a look.
Sorry, the black and white / sepia game style is hell on your camera, so I'm only going by my vague memory of the level and like little shadows.
Well, I think the reason I can get on it is because there's a small little ramp that allows me to get on
that's
it.
why.
But on the other side of it, yeah, okay.
Okay, so I think you want to press the button because I don't think there's anything else you can usefully do right now.
Yep, I just need to figure out how to get back to it because there's now a vortex in my way.
Just keep walking. You'll get there eventually.
Do you think that's true?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it is true. That'd be really funny if the solution to this puzzle can be achieved by just holding down right trigger the entire time. Hello, key. Which way would be the fastest way back? I think I'm equidistant. Is it possible to be equidistant with the 3 legs? No.
Yes,
one
but
way
make
is
sure
always-
that your path isn't taking you through the vortex.
Right. Which it isn't.
Good.
Well, I've got to be honest, I wasn't perfectly able to wrap my brain around what was going on in this level, but it was simple enough that I was able to stumble through it.
Uh-huh. That stops being true later. The mausoleum.
It's interesting how some... Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go first.
It's really interesting that some of these are grounded in reality and some are totally abstract. I like it.
Mm-hmm. This one is fairly obvious what you need to do.
Oops.
Also, I can't see shit on this level. That's kind of amazing.
Oh. Well, I get it now. Okay, so I sent the ball down in there, and that was the exact wrong thing to do. My initial assumption was that if I put the ball in the vortex, it'll be out of my hair. But the reality is I need to get the ball to this button.
Mm-hmm.
But that actually wasn't necessarily a bad thing, because now I can get myself on the other side of the ball, and then Nope, not true. I have to be depressing that button to get the ball out of the vortex. That's all there is to it.
Yep.
Reset puzzle. Okay.
Yeah, so these are... Most of these ultimately end up as order of operations puzzles. Like, just what sequence do I do the moves in? Like, you know what the moves are, and it's just kind of figuring out how to arrange them. Which maybe I don't like because I'm really bad at that thing. I hate order of operation puzzles. I get very confused and lose track of what I'm accomplishing. You might be better at them, but
I don't know.
like,
Well, so far what I've observed is I have to get this ball down here somewhere, but I think what I want to do is get it on the outside track, not the inside track.
but this is already, you can sort of see what I was blathering about. This is not making you think in any kind of different way.
Well, for me it is because I haven't mastered this level yet. This way of
You know
thinking.
what? I take it back. There is one new trick that you have to learn or think about for this level.
Oh, well, one
Wait,
thing
no, I'm wrong.
that
It's a trick
observing-
you've done before. Never mind. I go back to my original statement. This level has nothing new. It's just a more complex version of skills you've learned previously.
Well, so far that's okay. I mean, sure, there's some games like Portal or Plants vs. Zombies that have a lot of mechanics and they introduce them very quickly. But it's fine for other games to take a little bit of time exploring these mechanics.
That was a nicely handled camera zoom.
Yeah. So far, these mechanics haven't outstayed their welcome with me. I'm not saying that they won't.
No, I can see that. The big thing about this game is it is not worth the price that they were asking for it.
Just because the amount of content is so small?
Yeah, basically. Like, this was a really... I think this retails for, what, $15, $20?
Yeah, 15, I think.
Yeah. This is not a $15 game. Now, you can argue that, all indie games ought to be worth more than they are, but judging against the cost of other indie puzzle games we've played...
Yeah. I need to find a way to get that key. Oh, I can go around the outside of this, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't see the specifics, so there may be like a rock blocking part of your way, but as a general rule, yeah, you can.
Ooh, man, something happened there. So what happens is when I get on a little bit of curved geometry, the rotation stops or changes. Yeah, that curved geometry thing, it's interesting. I can't tell if it's a bug or if it's part of the gameplay.
I do not think you can go around, like, hairpin turns like that one.
But I should be able to trap myself.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, but you're saying the next step is where it's going to fall apart.
No, I was saying the plan that you were working on where you tried to go around the outside wasn't going to work, because even if you would land safely, you can't get around that lip right below where you would land.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
But how on earth do I get to that key? I guess I just need to find a way to... Okay, so I had to get the ball there so I could pass through the vortex. Now the ball doesn't need to stay on the switch, but it does need to not kill me. Please don't kill me. Damn it. Killed me.
Matt, you didn't ask nicely enough. A single
Pretty please don't kill me.
Yeah. Now you're just begging.
Oh.
It doesn't like that.
Oh, interesting. As the menace leaves, so too am I left, marooned on this structure. Oh, so I can't...
Yeah. That sure
sucks.
is a rule they implemented.
Alright, well, I've got the menace in the vortex, so... So suck it, menace.
Yeah, I'm not... See, I do not buy the in-game explanation for why you can't let the menace go. Because I do not think they do a good enough job defining what the menace is. Like, in terms of its relation to you and your psychology or whatever. Like, the story isn't firm enough that it makes...
Like, is it the artist's torment? It's like you can't create this art without...
Yeah, I don't know. So it's like, okay, it just feels like an arbitrary game rule. I guess I have to solve this puzzle without losing the ball, even though it would make it vastly easier to solve if the ball were gone.
Yeah. Also, the key is annoying me. Stop annoying me, key. There we go.
Yeah,
That's
that
much
wasn't
easier.
that bad. Keys
Okay.
will get much more annoying later on. Don't worry.
Oh,
Why-
damn it.
No, just walk. You don't need to. You don't need to tell.
Walk? What kind of a game do you think this is? Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, you're
Alright,
in
now
luck
I've gotta
because
get
it
the-
doesn't have a jump button. So technically, so you can't fail at that. Isn't that nice?
That is nice. This is a game designed with me in mind.
I think no. You wanna. Oh, okay. I don't want to say too much.
Wow, I fall really slowly. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, right, because I haven't... don't... I can not tilt it too much and be okay. There we go. Oh, no, don't get... There we go. That time I did it.
Hooray. Yep, you got it. You got it.
You're not so tough.
But yeah, I do like the visual design of the menaces.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff going on here.
Cool. I think this is a good stopping point for a video. Because
Well, hang on. Are you going to leave people hanging and not
no.
show them
I mean,
what incredible piece of story we're about to uncover? Children with a bottomless toy box. Come on, Matt. This is gold. I mean, it's no more or less pretentious than the story we got in Braid that was delivered in the exact same fashion.
So, I would say it's less pretentious than Braid's story, but it is also less successful at evoking an emotional atmosphere than Braid's story. Even if you didn't think the writing meant anything, you have to acknowledge that it created a mood really well.
Yeah, and there was also a lot more of it. I decided to go back into Chapter 2 just to see what fills in on those picture frames overhead. It's just little previews of the levels.
Whereas this writing, it's not, it's more down to earth, but it also is kind of meaningless to me. Like, it's sort of generic mystery, like, I don't know. It doesn't contribute.
Yeah, generic's a good word for it.
Basically, this game doesn't have a mood. It doesn't have an atmosphere.
Thought I'd just check and see if there's anything else interesting now that I can do full rotations here.
Like, it is exemplified by the fact that it only really has that one music track. Like, it's
can't die in the open world.
Yeah, the closest I can say is it's sort of contemplative. It's sort of vaguely... There's a little bit of psychological eeriness, but not a lot. But it's just, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this game. I don't know how they want me to feel about it. For all that the art design is really beautiful, and the aesthetic is cool, it feels sort of sterile.
It's kind of fun the way the apples float around. Am I breaking the game right now? Am I just totally hacking? Check me out, I got around the house.
Good for you.
I don't have any indication that there's going to be anything over here. Ooh. I guess this is a little bit like the house in Braid, too, where you could just explore it, even though you can't actually access any of the other stuff.
Hey, Matt, try going to the left as far as you can.
Well, I'm going to the right as far as I can right now.
Well, you're going to hit your house again.
Oh.
Did you not recognize the apple tree when you passed it?
I did, but I just thought it was another apple tree. But this is definitely the same house.
Try falling parallel to the left. Parallel to the ground to the left for a little bit.
Okay. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. This is pretty cool. The apple is falling faster than me. That's
What?
not true.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we fall at the same time? Where's my house? My house is gone. Okay, this is a little strange. What's the point of this?
I don't know.
Oh, I just got an achievement called Plummeter.
Yeah. That's part of why I wanted you to do it. The other part is, when you fall to the left, the world loops. And that's bizarre. Because when you do this and you go over, you get to the edge of your house, and then you fall and you pass, and it loops again with your house in it. That was the dog, by the way.
Hide the dog.
So, it's weird, and so here's the thing. Whenever I start a platformer game, that starts you out with your character in a place in a field, I always go left first. Always, just as a matter of habit, because designers like to hide things there. I mean, the very first Easter egg achievement in Limbo is just walking to the left in the beginning.
Yep. This
And
has some
so-
Limbo feelings to it too, with the black and white look and the.
Yeah, I dispute that. I do not think it mirrors much of Limbo's aesthetic at all. Beyond, the very basic, it is black
Obvious
and white.
black and white. Yep.
But here, I went to the left, and because I didn't have the falling thing left, I just kind of kept going for about, 30 seconds or so until I hit the apple tree again. And then I'm like, what? And I was very confused. And I don't know if they did that because they really wanted you to... I don't know why they couldn't have the house there. So that you walk to the left, you hit the back wall, and you're like, oops, I guess I got to turn around and go back the other way.
That has to be involved. There has to be a reason for that, right? It's too obvious. There must be something.
I don't
we're
know,
missing.
though. Probably.
Well, next time
So,
on
yeah,
Let's Play the
that's-
Bridge, Chapter 3.
Yep, I suspect Chapter 3 will take most of an episode on its own. This is when it starts getting much harder.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
So,
I mean,
you can look
you've
forward
colored
to that.
you've colored the commentary a little bit with how short the game is going to be and how it gets a bit repetitive. But I have to say, my honest feedback on the first 2 levels is that it was appropriate pacing, cool aesthetic, mildly challenging and escalating puzzles. I'm not bored with it yet.
Uh-huh. Good.
So we'll see
I
where
mean,
it takes
I
us
played
with
through the whole thing
episode
without
3.
getting bored. It just... Yeah, I don't remember much about it beyond the basic mechanics. There aren't any levels that I look back and think, oh, that was awesome. But
Cool.
you can see for yourself. I'll save the rest of my commentary for later. All right.
All right.
See you next time.
Sounds good. Talk to you then.
Bye.